Hello, this is DDT. Can you hear me? Wei Mountain.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, everyone. Thank you all for coming. It's nice to see you. As we are resuming our regularly scheduled thing, and this is, we are gearing up to do more this year, believe it or not. If we ask you to improve, we must grow ourselves in order for you to improve. That's our secret. Why do you improve? Because we're growing. And that's the difference between Master YongHua's Dharma and ours. This is why I call it American Weiyang. His is more Chinese. Very sound Weiyang training. However, I find it to be not American enough. That's why I want to point out to you that to everyone that it's not the same kind of training. If you go to his training style, Weiyang style, you have very sound fundamentals, meaning you can't go wrong, and you can go very, very far. Okay? The facts bore that. His disciples are very, very impressive. No two ways about it. And that's why they walk around with their noses in the air and say, we're better than you. It's so true. When I was there, I was taught and reinforced that way too, that we're special and we're better. The facts prove it, that a lot of people came to Master YongHua's temples, a lot of people tried to learn his Dharma, the Vietnamese, the Malaysians, and the Koreans, and so forth. But they are very selective. Only 2 groups of people excelled under his Dharma, meaning the Caucasians and the Chinese. Okay, and it's understandable because his work was so multidimensional. So training the next generation from his perspective was not of the highest priority. He had to teach Mahayana principles, explain sutras, oversee the financial health of the association so that he could leave behind enough assets for his disciples to continue to practice themselves without worrying about money. Okay, they don't worry about money. I heard they're still closed after 3 years of the pandemic. It's still not open yet. They don't need your money. Okay, unlike us, we don't need your money, but we're open anyway. We so used to getting by with enough. But we open because we're not afraid. We're not afraid of the pandemic. We're not afraid of the viruses, and we have a sense of obligations. It's because when you don't need the money, the support, that's when you said, I don't know if I need to take a chance. harming myself, getting hurt. Whereas for us, we just have enough to get by. Therefore, we feel obligated. We're grateful for that. That's why we feel obligated to support you when you most need it. You come, our people come and support us day in, day out, week in, week out. And therefore, when you are in trouble, when you are threatened by the virus, when you are in danger, how can we simply think of ourselves and say, I'm going to hide behind the four walls and be safe? Okay? So that's one difference. What's another difference? Another difference is that I saw in them that when they practice behind the four walls, they open their eyes and they can see things. They see what you did in the past, where you came from. And to me, that's not American. In fact, we just had yesterday was basically our Korean visitors who came here for the summer teas, the winter teas, and the relics exhibit. They left. Only one person's left from Korea, visiting from Korea. And I made it a point to take some of them to see how we live here in our country, in the U.S. In Seoul, most of them live in Seoul. And in Seoul, you live on top of each other. They have high rises because Korea is very small. They don't have enough space, so they build vertically. So I took them to a few places, a few neighborhoods. San Marino, Pasadena, because they've seen roast meat and they don't seem to be impressed with roast meat where our temple is. They say, ugly, poor. So I said, okay, today I take you to see how the other half lives. And where did I bring them to? I bring them to a few houses. I said, can you see it? They said, see what? I said, you can't see anything? He said, you're right, I can't see anything. Precisely. Those houses have fences in front of them. You can't see anything. You can't see anything. It goes on behind them. And that's so American. Let me tell you, we value our privacy. It's not okay to invade others' privacy. And when we can afford it, we put a fence in front of our houses. Okay? And it is, whereas these people, they have nothing to do. So they open their eyes, their spiritual eyes, and they see things. And that's what they do all day. They sit there and they look at things. Oh, look at that. Look what he's doing. Look what she's doing. Oh, look, And to me, it's a waste of time. And on top of it, you violate this American principle. You do not infringe upon others' privacy. Just because you can see doesn't mean that you are entitled to look at others. Chinese don't seem to have that kind of understanding. They say, oh, I can see, therefore I'm going to take a look. How dare you? Who asked you? Who allowed you to look at into my house? Must I put a fence in front of my house to stop you? I prefer you stop yourself and say, no, I'm not going to look unless I'm authorized to look. In fact, what I learned from once I realized that I have this aversion to open my eyes and say, so that I can look inadvertently at you. Really, serious, personally, I don't want to look. I don't want to know. Because it makes me afflicted. It's a clear disadvantage when you see things that you're not supposed to see. It makes you afflicted. You become more judgmental. That's American, I submit to you. We respect your privacy. I respect your privacy. I do not want to know. I do not want to look. Well, occasionally I see things. So you should be scared. I do see things. But I ignore them. Okay? It's not a big deal to me. Okay? So you don't have to be afraid. Your secrets are safe with me. Okay? Until I write my memoirs. And I will be called Spare Number 2. Spare 2. Have you read that memo? Isn't that disgusting? I heard of it and I said, nah, I don't care how much. If it's on sale, 50% off, I ain't buying. I usually wait to buy things on sale. I don't know. Okay? Anyway, I would never read that thing. Why? Because it's betrayal to me. Clear betrayal of your own family, of the people who took care of you. You know what I'm talking about? That weak prince. What's his name? Harry, right? Harry. He's so weak. He had to marry someone older than he is to mother him. Okay. And then his second mother, happened to love money. They're smart. Women are smart. They say, hey, you can talk about love as much you want, but I need money in a bank account for my children, for myself. Yes? Hint, hint. Okay? So he's selling his family's personal history and personal ugliness to make money. To me, it's the ultimate betrayal. You betray your own families. What about gratitude? I'm not even talking about filiality and whatever. I'm just talking about, you owe so much to your own family. How could you expose the dirty laundry and the intimate details and their weaknesses and their flaws? And everyone has moments of weaknesses. Your family is supposed to protect each other. That's what family is about. How could you? Anyway, mine will be called Spare 2. It will be even more interesting than his. Guaranteed. Never mind. Don't look so sad. Your secret will be safe until then. Okay? So it's a big difference to me. Why are we talking about this? You think Chan is sitting there? You really believe that Chan training is to train you to cross your legs and beat up on you and say, oh, you're still having pain. Huh? oh my God. What's the matter with you? No, that's not Chan training at all, folks. What is Chan training? And this is a fallacy of the Chinese Chan training, Vietnamese Chan training, and Korean Chan training, American Chan training. They don't understand how to train Chan. I learned in my master's temples. I went around open, and put my hands out and please teach me Chan, please teach me Chan. Everyone tried to teach me Chan, the version of Master Xuanhua's Chan. I said, that's not his Chan. Have you read his books? Didn't you read his books? What you're teaching me is not Chan. That's not his Chan at all. I'm asking you to teach me his Chan. You don't even understand his Chan. How can you teach me? But anyway, what is a Chan? He taught that, but they didn't get it. That's why there's no surprise that the third generation is so confused. They're getting nowhere. Qin generation. That's the only way to describe him. So what is Chan training? Huh? Why do you think you got there now? So many of you, some of you are enlightened, many of you are in the Arhats range, many of you are in the formless realms, newcomers are improving like crazy. Okay? Why is that? When their generation, you're a third generation, by the way. I call you Ru because last time I would call you Qin. My God. You are no Qin. Okay? You know what Qin means? Qin. Close. That's why I call you no Qin. Anti-Qin. Like anti-fada, anti-Qin, meaning you're the opposite of Qin. You don't want to be close. Not that close. So what's the difference? That you are being taught and they're not. What do you think? Is it really haphazard that that new newcomers are improving so quickly and the old timers are way better than you? They have a wide range of levels from 0 to all the way higher than I can tell you? Why is that? We can handle it from 0 to all the way up there. Way bound. Yeah, let the sisters speak. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 Repeat.
Please unmute yourself.
No, we still need to read your lips. Okay, while they're working on the technical difficulties, what about the rest of you? What do you think? What are you learning that their third generation disciples are not? What do you know that they don't? Yes, 4.
So one thing from watching my own dad meditating, I think the emphasis on enduring pain and enduring struggling is one of the biggest differences.
That's so untrue. We are kind too. You put a label on us, that's so untrue. Pain, suffering? What pain and suffering? Okay, wrong. Emphatically. Anyone else? What's the difference? Yeah. 2.
All embracing and shredding the prejudices and discriminations.
Okay, only because I'm nice to you. Okay, anyone else? Have they fixed the technical problems in Wei Mountain Temple? We have a couple of people raising their hands. Yeah, Brady is still waiting. Come on, come on. What's the difference?
Have some problem.
Wei Mountain.
Hello, Master.
Yeah, now we can hear you. Thank you,
Good
Lord.
morning. We have quite a bit of traffic this morning on YouTube. Starting with Shang Shang. She has a question from yesterday. Master, yesterday you talked about substance and functions. There are lots of people already have substance, but they don't feel anything. How do you develop functions, or do you let it be?
Functions will develop in 2 ways. One way is it naturally will happen. Okay? Meaning because you're there. Let me put it this way for you. Cultivation like you're using an elevator. We push you up and up and up and up and up and up. All right? When you get up here, elevator stops. And then one day you say, I wonder what's out there. And you start going out, and then you begin to see. Okay? And you begin to learn how to function at that level naturally. So you don't have to do anything. You didn't have to be greedy. And say, I want to have spiritual penetration. How come I don't have it? The people who say, how come I don't have it are the ones who say they are greedy. That's how we chuckle and say, yeah, you don't have it because you don't deserve it. Too greedy. Okay, I can teach you how to have it, but I'm not going to teach you because you're too greedy. Plus, you abuse it anyway. You start looking at others like dumb people. Okay? One of the first things you open is your eyes. You begin to see things naturally. And if you're not careful, you see things and you get stuck because you see things. Does it make sense to you? The more you see, the easier it is for you to get stuck, looking and looking and looking. All right? So naturally, you develop, as your elevator gets at different floors, you naturally will explore those floors. It's a natural curiosity for all of us. So naturally, as we venture out of the elevator, we'll know more. We understand more. We see more naturally. You don't have to be greedy. It's a matter of time. You have no choice. It's like we have a temple in San Francisco finally. Okay? And naturally, our people started, going out and see Golden Gate Park, Golden Gate Bridge, and try the Taravell restaurants there. It's so natural. It's a matter of time. It's a function of time. Is that clear? So you don't have to be greedy at all. And the other reason that you will develop your powers and your skills is because of need. You need to. Okay? And that's what really precipitates your skills development is need, not curiosity. Okay? So two reasons, primary reasons. Okay? So you don't have to be greedy. It will happen naturally. Okay? Number 2.
Okay, I think it's from Apple here at Way Mountains. Says that CTTB is open since the new year, 1 to 5 p.m., small section, whatever that means. Moving along, Heidi N. wants to know, yesterday, Master Wei Shan kept silence for a long time to answer Master Yan Shan. I don't understand. Please explain, what did he mean? Thank you.
From 1 to 5, what happened to lunch? I eat at 11. Don't you care? I have no money. I can't go out to restaurants all the time. Well, I try not to. Okay? 1 to 5? Small section? Is it what they call share section eating? Only 1 to 5. What about I need to pray from 9 to 10 for my mother, who is rotting the hells right now? Anyway, no comment. So the question is, how come Master Wei Shan was silent for a long time? He was silent for a long time to do 2 things. Of course you don't understand, and I'm glad you profess your stupidity. He's silent for a long time to show Yangshan that his substance is so still and quiet. So that's why he didn't say anything. Number one. That's why I said he showed his substance. Is that clear? Good questions. I'm sorry, yesterday I BS too much. That's why I only gave you half an hour to explain that anecdote, which I profess to you, I didn't understand at all. Okay? It's all BS. So and somehow Apple bought into my BS. Okay? Now, the other part, what about function? Why did he demonstrate his function? Length. Long time right there. You show the substance can be like this, and that's enough. I glance at you, I see your substance. Okay? So when Yangshan says, how about you, master? So he says, okay, I show you my substance. See? Done. Why be silent longer? Because that's the use of the substance. The substance is quiet, quiescent, still, unmoving. Whereas his disciple is shaking his trees, okay, to show his function, right? Remember the story, anecdote is that Yangshan was collecting tea leaves. And so Master Weishan says, I can hear you. Why can you show me your form? And it's a double meaning. He says, I can hear your voice, but where are you? Okay? I mean, show me your form. I mean, I cannot see you. And Yangshan says, I'm behind the tree here. You see, that's my form. Yangshan was joking around, and so Weishan says, and so Yangshan, so how about you? Okay, show me your show me your true form. So Weishan says, this is my true form. You see it? Okay, and he says, what about what do you do with your true form? Weishan says, this is what I do with it. I do nothing. That's my function. My function is to teach you to do nothing. Okay? And so my function is to teach you. Your function, you shake it because you still don't know how to use your function yet. You're a low-level function. My function is much higher. It's the opposite of you. You move, I don't. That's my function. To teach you that there's more to function than that. Okay? Does it help? So that's why I explained he didn't move for a long time to demonstrate his substance and function. Good question. Go back to your masters and ask them and see what they tell you. Next question.
These statements, because they were in response to your question just a little while ago, what is Chan? Mary Jo Georgiev says, Chan is, we have access to sudden teaching, and I think it's Apple here in Rosemead. We are trained to rely on good knowing advisors and sit with people of higher samadhi.
Okay. What else?
I think that does it for now.
Excellent. What about the sister who tried to sign language me earlier?
Hi, Master. I guess I can talk now?
Yeah, we can hear you. This is much better.
Oh, good. I didn't know I was going to be doing sign language. You know, I really know how to sign to the deaf, but that's another story.
I have to learn that language.
So to me, Chan is to endure what you cannot endure.
Okay. Anyone else? Sorry. It's involuntary. So Catholic. Yeah, anyone else?
What?
The difference between Master YongHua's Chinese Chan and my American Chinese Chan is something rather subtle. His Chinese Chan is that he says, anything goes with me. And mine says, no, it doesn't. Way in the mountain.
Master, I was going to say, Chan is learning to be less selfish and more selfless.
That too. Very good. What are they again? What are you wearing today? I can't make it out. It looks like skulls, but has no teeth.
Is the Nightmare Before Christmas?
Oh, how beautiful. And of course, it's Mickey. Is it Mickey or Minnie?
It's Mickey Mouse.
Mickey now. Okay. You are a real character. Where were we again? I get distracted so easily. Yes, Brady.
We have another comment on what our Chan is, Diego refers to it as Master's Chan, is so beautiful. He is teaching us, yet he is not teaching us, a proper foundation based on the 6 paramitas, so we grow evenly in all aspects after the sudden teaching can be taught.
Finally, someone understands me.
Bravo.
Look at how loving he is. Or is it insecure or loving? Okay, yeah. And that's how Master YongHua trained me as well. He's rather hands-off. Anything goes with him. You do well, great. You don't do well, great. So he basically, the French has an expression, laissez-faire. Let it happen. Whatever you do is okay with him. Okay? Hello. Oh, 您好. I was about 안녕하세요, but no, they don't. Okay. Oh, wow, look at that. Now we're complete. All the troublemakers are here. Okay. Yes, you too.
From Zihong Kao, as a follow-up to Sheng Sheng's question, is substance still or does it change?
Substance does not change. Substance refers to the what the Buddha nature contains, whatever it is, okay? It will never change. The function is a manifestation of the substance. So the function, the substance, as I said, substance is like a container, okay? A container, like this one here, a sensor here. It's just a container. And we use it as a sensor. So we use it to contain ash and incense sticks. Okay? So the function of this is how we choose to use it. But the substance is just a container. Okay? So your substance, when the Chan people talk about substance, they talk about the main thing for us is your Buddha nature, the substance is Buddha nature, which contains everything. Contains Chinese stuff, it contains Vietnamese stuff, contains Ethiopian stuff, everything. That's the substance. However, the function varies depending on the conditions. Okay? Meaning that you may have everything, just like the old monk, he knows so much, and he tried to dump out everything. And that's not a function. You may have the substance, but the function is you only selectively reveal itself appropriately, depending on the circumstances. What for? In order to benefit others, not to show about yourself. Substance doesn't need to prove itself that it has everything, it knows everything. The substance is there. But it shows its function because it needs to benefit others. So it shows itself as a statue, as a human being, as a rock. That's part of the substance as well. Okay? So that's the difference between function and substance. Yes, Wei Mountain.
Master, I would just want to say the difference between Master YongHua and us is that we have the direct good knowing advisor that can address our problem, while Master YongHua is gone and nobody actually trained them.
I wear brown next time. It's not cool. Okay, so I still have time to let me finish my point. My point is that my master, when he teaches Chan, I love his style. He says, whatever you do doesn't bother me. You can kill, you can steal, you can improve, you don't improve. I embrace it all. It doesn't bother me at all. I'm not afflicted at all. I'm just the opposite. If you don't improve, it kills me. That's the difference. I insist you must improve. You don't improve, I'm wasting your time. That's a big difference. That's American, by the way. When we hire people, we cannot afford to let them do whatever they please. I came from my prior work experience. It's my responsibility when I bring you in under me is to train you and make sure you can perform and one day replace me. That's American. Whereas I don't see that in Master YongHua. It's not the sense of where he's not bothered by whatever you do. I find it amazing. It bothers me, it kills me when you screw up. Okay? And that's why I open my mouth and I say, don't do that. And it seems to help. Because part of Chan training, that's what most of you don't realize. Because I'm teaching you Chan, I'm not practicing Chan with you. That's the difference. He's practicing Chan. He says, my Chan is that I'm teaching you not to be bothered by anything. Anything goes with me. That's his level. Okay? I'm not that way. Everything bothers me. Ask Xian Shun. We have so much in common. I'm afflicted constantly, 24 hours a day. Yes, Way Mountain.
Master, is that a function of substance? Of your substance? And of Master Shenhua's some substance? Wouldn't that be a function of your substance and his substance?
You lucky you're not here, because I would beat you up. Okay? So, I have no substance. What are you talking about? Okay, so that's a difference to me. That his Chan is so high that whatever you do, he says, okay, everything okay, no problem. And I said, no, everything is not okay. I have so many problems. I need to vent, otherwise I go crazy. Wouldn't you like to be that way at work? Say, hey, don't do that. Wouldn't you like to do that? I'm serious. No? Honestly? Never? Never? Never ever? Seriously? What's wrong with you? What's the matter with you? Are you human even? So, when I get afflicted by you, when you afflict me, I let it out. I scream, I yell, I beat up, Okay? Yeah. But that's why I'm afraid of children. Okay. Anyway, so that's a big difference. The difference is that his Chan is so advanced that nothing bothers him. My Chan is so low, everything bothers me. Okay? And also there's a different emphasis. His is more like, I need to practice my Chan. Mine is like, you need to practice your Chan. It's not about me. I ain't sitting here with you to practice Chan with you. I'm sitting here with you to teach you Chan and help you practice Chan. When I practice Chan, I don't want anyone around me. Funny? It's a very lonely life I have. Deep down, I think I'm depressed. I'd rather be by myself. But I have to work, okay? So when I work, it's about you. It's not about me anymore. I don't have time to make sure that I'm unmoving, that, like Master Wei Shan. I can be like this for 2 hours. How is it going to help you? How does it help you? You know what I mean? Okay? So that's the difference. So what's the difference? Master Shinhua says, I talk, and then whatever you do, I'm okay with it, and eventually you understand. Too slow. Yes? His principles are profound. There's nothing wrong with everything he taught me. However, it takes too long to understand it. Okay? And if you have no memory, if you have poor memory, you forget what he told you. Whereas Chan to me, like Master Wei Shan. Why do you think Master Wei Shan spends so much time keeping Yangshan by his side. So that Yangshan can do whatever he pleased? No. Every time Yangshan shook his trees, what did Wei Shan do? You idiot. That's not function. Let me teach you about function. Immediately. He made Yangshan, he molded Yangshan to his own image. That's why Yangshan says, don't you ever dare call what I teach you is my Dharma. No, it's my teacher's Dharma because he made me. Yangshan is a product of Wei Shan. It's work. So you could say, Sister Victorina, that Wei Shan made Yangshan to his own image. No one gets it. You are so Buddhist. Boring. Wei Shan, Wei Mountain, go ahead.
In our lives, should we try to be more like Master Hsuan and like anything goes sort of thing? Because, or should we be more like you? If someone does something wrong, we tell them, and you know what I mean?
No, I don't.
You said Master Hsuan was very relaxed and said anything goes sort of thing, nothing bothers me. But you said your personality is more of, if you do something wrong, I'm going to tell you about it and I expect better from you. So in my personal life, should I try to be more like Master Hsuan, where anything, nothing bothers me? Or
I want you to know it really hurts when you talk to me like that. I'm not like
Master,
that. You look.
You said it first.
You seem to disapprove of me. It hurts.
No, Master, it's no
You're a
disapproval.
terrible person.
Great. I think it's great, Master.
I can't take this anymore. DTT. Yes, go ahead. Yes, go ahead.
I want to ask a question, Master, and thank you for giving us an opportunity to open our mind to you. My question regarding the last time you said about Bodhisattva, I believe in Vietnamese we called it Bồ Tát Đại Thế Chí.
Yes.
And you
Great
said
strength, Bodhisattva. Yes.
Yes. And you said she taught us, or he taught us, joy and denunciation.
Yes.
And after a series of answers from our assembly, and your answer is you denunciate the one that you cannot denunciate it. I believe that's what your answers.
Yes.
I kept thinking about that the whole week, and suddenly I found out that there's something I learned, that when you denunciate the one that you cannot denunciate, meaning somewhere I learned that when you denunciate everything, meaning you have everything. When you denunciate a thing that you cannot denunciate, you have everything. Is that the meaning that you want us to learn? Or could you further explain that?
Yeah, drop it. The way the Chinese teach you, Chinese and the typical non-American, I've been going to call American teaching, is that you renounce. Okay, you drop and drop and drop. I'm teaching you the American version. Okay, we Americans are goal-focused. Okay, more goal-oriented. So to say to drop, to me is not good enough. We need to tell you what to drop. Okay? That's American. The Chinese, Vietnamese, Korean, they say drop. Okay? To me, it's so inefficient to drop. For me, I want to make it more difficult for you. That is, for you to drop is easy. You say, you asked me to renounce, so let me renounce $2. Easy, yes? Let me renounce a pencil. What's the big deal? It doesn't affect you at all. Doesn't afflict you at all. What I ask you to renounce is things that you do not want to renounce. That's us. That's American. Okay? Let the Chinese. This is why Master Hsien Hua's second generation, third generation. Second generation is mine. Third generation is Qin generation. They drop. And what they don't realize is that if you drop one thing, what you don't realize, you pick up another thing. It's very inefficient. However, if I teach you to drop, okay, and you naturally will drop, but I stress to you, drop the toughest thing. Okay? Things it's very hard for you to drop. So when you pick up more things naturally, that's your nature, to hoard, to amass, okay, you're dropping the heavier items will help make it lighter for you. Therefore, you will improve faster. Is that clear? That's our secret. We drop the heavy items that we cannot drop, so that when we pick up smaller things, it doesn't matter. We still make progress. I'm not asking you to drop everything. Okay? That's the difference. All right, let's go back. It's almost lunchtime. I don't feel like talking much longer. So no more questions? I need to finish my point and we move on to lunch, okay? So again, Chinese style, and I really revere Master Hsien Hua. Whatever he taught to me is all 100% valid, except for 5 or 6 items I disagree with him. 7 now. I got 7 things I disagree with him. Okay? Of all the things he taught, I said, I don't know about these 7 things. What are the names? 7 dwarfs? Eeny, miny, miny, mo? No. Anyone remembers? Come on. What's the matter with you? You don't know. You have no culture whatsoever? Okay, anyway. You cannot go wrong with his teachings. My disagreement with him are minor, seriously, in the context of how to train you faster. That's all. It's not that he's wrong at all, by the way. Okay, he's not wrong. Okay, so I'm more proactive because of American training, my American inclinations is that we need to be precise. Okay, to tell me to drop is not good enough. I'll teach you to drop the most difficult thing for you to drop right now. That's the difference. Thank you for asking the question, by the way. That's very good. Okay, try dropping things that are difficult to drop. Okay, that's the main thing of renunciation, about renunciation. So in teaching, the same thing. You know, I admire his Chan because when he teaches Chan, he's actually practicing Chan. I'm different. When I teach you Chan, you practicing Chan, I'm not practicing Chan. Because I'm too animated, I'm too afflicted. I can't practice Chan like that. Okay? And therefore, if to him that whatever you do is okay with him, to me, no, it doesn't. Don't you dare. Okay? The things that you cannot do, such as I don't know. What is it? Don't look and invade others' privacy. It kills me. Okay? What else are you're not supposed to do? My point here is that what you don't realize that when Master Wei Shan taught Master Yang Shan, it's not like Master Shenhua style at all, by the way. Okay? Master Wei Shan taught Yang Shan by correcting him. Don't do this, don't do that. And that's Chan. It's not anything goes with me. Not at all. That's why we call ourselves American Wei Yang, because it goes back to the same style of training that our founders, okay, and that the great master taught his successor. He says, all the anecdotes are the proof of how he corrected his disciple. When they make a mistake, he corrected it. He said, don't you do that. That's Chan right there. Because if you keep on making those mistakes, you cannot make progress. Yang Shan was a product of Wei Shan because Master Wei Shan corrected Yang Shan one mistake at a time. He says, no, you can't do that with me. You don't like it, leave. As long as you're here, I will teach you to become a better person. And Yang Shan appreciated it. That's why he stuck around for a long, long time. For someone who's who reached a level of enlightenment so high that he still stuck around. It's amazing. Most of us, if I were at his level, I go out and have my own temple, have my own disciples, and take it easy. Yang Shan stuck around, and it's hard to be around Master Wei Shan because he corrected Yang Shan constantly. Okay, so I had to call our style American because the Chinese don't do it anymore. I don't see the Chinese doing it anymore. Not in China, not under Master Shenhua, not over on his side. Okay? That's why I feel it's important to differentiate ourselves so that you remember how we train, how we cultivate, how we practice, so that when it's time for you, when you're ready, I hope you do the same thing for the 4th generation. That's American Wei Yang. Okay? Thank you, everyone. Let's go eat. Come on, kids.